Our Minority Business Spotlight is Joy Kuebler Landscape Architect, located at 65 Zimmerman Street in North Tonawanda. Early in her career, Joy Kuebler studied interior design at Villa Maria College, but quickly discovered that ceilings and walls were far too limiting. Upon the recommendation of an acquaintance, Ms. Kuebler began to explore the field of landscape architecture and never looked back. After completing her degree at Cornell University, Ms. Kuebler worked for 2 large architectural firms in the Buffalo area before deciding to start her own company. Ms. Kuebler's decision was fueled to prove that landscape architecture was less about trees and shrubs and more about programming the space. In 2003, Joy Kuebler Landscape Architect was established. In the last few years, the firm's reputation for quality has grown, and with that, so too has the workload. The firm has worked for many high-profile clients. However, Ms. Kuebler credits the Buffalo Public Schools project for aiding with consistent growth and repeat clients. During Phase 2 of the project, her firm worked on 2 schools, the most significant being the Dr. Charles Drew Science Magnet School, for which she received the American Society of Landscape Architects New York Upstate Chapter Merit Award. Ms. Kuebler considers this to be her showcase project as she developed a unique outdoor learning environment which supplements the school's curriculum.
We had several challenges on School 90, and we definitely consider it one of our showcase projects. I think primarily the biggest challenge was just convincing people that it was a good idea.
Okay.
They had a large open space interior to the courtyard, and we were able to give them an environment that was very different than a typical play environment, but that would also supplement their science programming. Oh, budgets are always our live and die moment. We have to make sure that everything that we put out there is within our budget. We lose our credibility if we don't, but we also want to make sure that we're doing the right thing for the kids and we're doing the right thing for the district and their budget. Well, Burgard was a very interesting site. It came off of Kensington at a sort of a strange angle and didn't have any sort of visitor presence. It didn't have any public face, really. You entered the building through the back. Everyone came to the back, and a lot of people were often confused about how they entered the building. So we were asked to develop alongside the architects an interesting entry piece, in addition to some visitor parking, which was much, much needed. So we realigned the entryway off of Kensington to be much safer, easier for vehicles to get in and out, and to provide a visitor parking space for the first time.
For Phase 4 of the Buffalo Public Schools project, her firm worked on developing optimum site plans for the strategic planning update and is currently working on the landscape design for 6 of the 10 schools planned for reconstruction. Looking ahead, Ms. Kuebler hopes to continue creating inspiring environments as well as helping to grow a new generation of landscape architects.
This is a tough question about whether or not the plants themselves will impact the child's learning ability, but certainly how the child interacts with those plants is very important to their learning ability. We've seen study after study about how much better they do on testing and how much more they pay attention in class when they're subject to the natural world. Well, I would say as for any WBE, it's very important that you go through the process of getting your certification. It is a lengthy process and can be a bit arduous, but it is definitely worthwhile. Our success has been primarily due to that WBE certification. But other than that, I would say to look at the success of your business as any other business would be.
As this month's Minority Business Spotlight, LPCiminelli congratulates Joy Kuebler on seeing her passion for landscape architecture grow into a tremendously successful woman business enterprise.
Hi, we are here at school number 301, Burgard Vocational High School, and I am joined by Project Manager Vaughn Maracle and Project Superintendent Karl Pospesel.
Yes.
All right, I said it right. Hi guys, thank you so much for being on this episode. Vaughn, why don't you start by telling us your background?
I'm a University at Buffalo civil engineering graduate, and I started interning with LPCiminelli in 2007, and then I was taken on as a project engineer, and just recently I've stepped up to project manager with the company.
Okay, that's great. So let's make a note of that you started as an intern.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, so that's great. So any of you guys out there that are in this field, you know, just keep that in mind. Interning is extremely important. I mean, look at Vaughn, look at the position he's in now. Karl, you've been around a long time, buddy.
A lot of time.
Yeah, a long time. What other schools have you been working on?
I worked at Bennett, Faulkner High Schools, and Williamsville East. And I think that's about all for the Buffalo area.
Okay,
right
all right. Real quick, which one of those schools has been the most challenging for you?
Actually, I believe Bennett was.
Okay.
It was a phase school, and with the half occupied areas and trying to do the work in the other half of the areas, and to keep the noise levels down, and to keep the construction going.
Right, right. That can provide some challenges, absolutely. Okay, guys, a little later on we're going to take a tour. You guys are going to take us on a tour, okay, of this great facility. Why don't you give us just a quick overview of the project here at Burgard?
Sure, it's a 200,000 square foot renovation of the existing building. And then there's two additions. One is a bridge addition joining the north and south corridors. And then the second is a 12,000 square foot addition off the front of the building.
Okay, so we're going to see what types of things today.
You'll see a lot of the new addition that's going on now that doesn't look like the original building. It's an ad that's supposed to modernize the front. And you'll see shops, if we go up to the shop areas, that has been newly renovated. The auto shop areas has been newly renovated, and total classrooms, science rooms, and computer rooms.
And a completed auditorium, a completely renovated kitchen and cafeteria, a renovated gymnasium, locker rooms.
Okay, very exciting. And I just want to add note that that new addition, anybody driving down the Kensington, you definitely cannot miss it. It is massive, it is beautiful. So I can't wait to see that's all done, when that's all finished.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All glass.
All glass. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be beautiful. So, okay, guys.
We also taken right now, we're finishing a renovation of the parapets. And the original bell tower is being installed, or it has been installed today.
Wow, bell tower. That's pretty cool. Okay.
Yes, it is. It's very cool.
And the overall project cost is $31 million?
That's right.
Okay. Okay. That's great. So we're going to see some really cool renovations here. The kids have got to be really excited too.
For sure. They've been here the whole time with us.
Okay.
The most challenging part of the project was that it is a phased school, and it took a tremendous effort from the teachers, staff, contractors, students to get the job done successfully.
Right. While they were here, 75% occupied?
It's about 75% occupied.
Okay. Okay, great. All right, well, thank you guys. Don't go away. We're going to take a quick tour. Okay? We'll be back.
So this walkway was put in to actually have the locker rooms on this side of the corridor, and right up against the gym. The locker rooms used to be located on the first floor and actually out farther towards the south side of the building.
Okay.
So this walkway made it possible to have the locker rooms next to the gym.
Okay.
And then we actually bumped this bridge out into this courtyard.
Okay, we're standing in the auditorium, and Vaughn, tell us what we're looking at.
Okay, we completely took out and renovated all the chairs, and we put sound panels throughout the auditorium to handle some of the acoustics. Also, it's all new lighting, and we updated the mechanicals and the mechanicals and electricals throughout.
Okay. Karl, anything you want to add?
Yes, on the ceiling surfaces used to be that old 1 foot by 1 foot square glued tile on these ceilings. The ceilings have all been brought back to its natural plaster look. The total crown moldings have all been painted back to the original colors that the crown moldings were, and they were all put back into the original condition they were in, and all the ceiling systems.
Okay, well, it looks beautiful in here.
The whole light